All right, let's see if we can do some productive planning for October. So, when I was trying to figure out this whole spread, and I was like, what are we going to do? It's October, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, shout out to all the survivors. Of course, in October, we wear pink. That is the new Pink Pearl Hero logo. Some people may not know that's my nonprofit. I was like, what am I going to use? Totally forgot, which is not good, that there's already a sticker set, and it's the Thriver set, like the pink set. So we're going to be using that sticker set. I did grab a couple other stickers from some other stickers that I purchased. Like, I like that little gnome. He's kind of cute, right? And there, if you go on the One Dope Planner page, you'll see the pink sticker set. It's like $5. $1 of it goes to breast cancer awareness. And then the new Dope devotional is there with prompts. Yes, with prompts for 12 weeks. So in honor of breast cancer awareness and thrivers and those that support them. So you can get your Pink Pearl Hero set on the main page to order. All right, so let's go over how I created this. So this is a voiceover, so some things may be a little sketchy, but we're going to roll with it. So with the theme for October, and I'm wearing pink, so I've saved some of the stickers already that are from another sticker set in my Elements tool. The Elements tool is a great place to store stickers that you use all the time. So there's my Pinktober ones that we're either going to use or already have inside. So like that spooky one, I don't know why I clicked twice, but we'll use that for Halloween, a little pink spooky. Notice at my surgery, so my cancerversary, I mark it on when I had my double mastectomy. And so that's like, the joke was, I had a new costume. Okay. If it ain't fun, I'm done. I'm just saying. All right, so we're going to put those couple things in places. Now, I may use like a aesthetic color scheme. I use the highlighter tool for if I'm going to be out of town or if there's like a meeting. And you could either write it in or you could type it in. So in this case, I'm going to type it in. And I have this new font that I like. I purchased it. It's called Simple Display. So I'm just going to use the scribble function. And notice how that kind of did that lag. If it does that, just find another place on the screen and just, tap out of it. This is a new update and feature with GoodNotes, is how you can lasso and use the, it's not the cropping tool, but you can adjust font, but you can also adjust your handwriting. The other thing I like about it is that duplicating tool that I did. So you circle it, duplicate, and it'll make another copy instead of doing copy paste. It just automatically duplicate it. Also, it'll move stuff to the front and back. So notice that, bring to the front, bring to the back. All right, so we're going to next, I don't even know what we're doing next here. All right, here we go. So next we're just gonna move that. So lasso it and, this is what I was talking about. Totally forgot about this. So if there's instead of you typing that over and over and over, yes, you can duplicate it, or you can add it as an element and add it as a sticker. So every time you're going to put meeting, it's already in there. That's where I was going with that. Yeah, I'm always trying to find ways to be productive again, because people think I spend tons of time doing this. No, once I find the shortcut, it's on. That's the shortcut. So if I'm using words like meeting or doctor's appointment or bill due or whatever it may be, one time and I save it. So you can add an element just for all of your frequently used words. Okay. All right. I have that picture on there because there's some colors in there that I like, and I'm going to use the color picker for it. But we're going to go ahead and go and decorate the week. This is something else that is new in GoodNotes, is you used to have to press that tool to disable the writing tool to use the hyperlinks. Now you don't have to. Automatically happens. All right, so here is the Thriver set. Dope Thriver edition, the breast cancer edition. It doesn't really look pink on the screen, but it really is though. And I love the gloves. So you have your checklist, all your shapes, your flags, pomodoros, circle squares, days of the week, months. So you can use this all year round. You don't have to just use it during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the dates. So I'm going to lasso it. So you can either copy it or you can drag and drop it. So I'm just going to copy and paste it. So you want to size it. I usually start sizing with the word Wednesday because Wednesday is the longest word. And once I size it, it goes from there. Now notice that that's a transparent. And so what I need to do is I took a screenshot. So I just did a little lasso, took a screenshot and copied it. And then I'm going to paste it to fit perfectly over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And there it is. So it's now a solid. So I'm going to take that Sunday. Now notice something when I step off of it or tap off of it, how it went to the back. Because you got to remember, digital planning, it's layering. So what we're going to do is tap on there and we're going to send that. So click arrange and we'll send it to the back, taken care of. All right. So we'll do the same thing for Monday. I believe that this sticker set actually has already been sized, so you don't have to do any resizing. I remember that there was a little bug. I think there was an update after this. So anytime you do any like major digital planning, I always tell people just update because, GoodNotes and Note Shelf, they're pretty good about sending updates. So we got to do the same thing here. I'm just going to pick a little space, and take a screenshot because I just want the white background. And we're going to paste that. And then, of course, just stretch it out and make it fit all the way across with covering all that space. And then we'll overlap and put all the dates on there. So if it doesn't pick up, again, like I said, I think that day was just really, really buggy. I don't know what was going on. We'll do the arrange, send that white block to the back, and we'll just put our dates on there. I know what the other thing was. That pen tip, I don't use anymore. I actually sent it back. Not crazy about it. So I'll post the original one. The OG pen tip works perfectly. Sometimes if your pen isn't working correctly, make sure that it's synced and then make sure that the pen tip is tight too. All right, so now we're going to go over and I'm going to add one of those habit trackers. So habit trackers are great, if there's specifically things that you're working on. I'm rereading the 12-week year, and they talk about the lead and lag indicators. Lead indicators are the actions to get to the lag indicators. I'll probably do another video on that. And so that's why I have like the habit tracker. And they actually come in all different colors. Pretty cool. So that's just a copy paste. And I actually moved it. So that bottom space, you can use it for a couple different things. As a checklist, I think eventually I did not use that on there. Notice the little glove date dots. The date dots are in there too. They're kind of fun. I don't use date dots. I think they're fun though, but I don't use them all the time. Now what you could use them for is up top with the day of the week. You just put that there. That actually would have been pretty cute. I don't know why I didn't do that. So I use the circle areas because of like the circle and the hexagons. Now GoodNotes and Note Shelf have a linking where you can link a object or you can link a text. And so what I do, there's certain parts of my notebook, my planner, that I use a lot, like for accountability, the devotional, the budget. Instead of me doing like 3 clicks or 3 hyperlink touches to get to it, I'm always in my weekly planner. So that's why I put those there, because I'm going to put the titles there and I'm going to link it for the week to go to the exact page I needed to go to. All right, I'm going to use the flags, and I'm going to use the flags at the bottom. and I'll resize that. Again, what I love about digital planning is you can increase your screen so it can look right. I'm going to use these dots for my Pomodoro. So I do time blocking. So I block out time to do productive work, and that's where the Pomodoro comes in. So this is just me resizing those areas where I'm going to put the linking. So I'll just like type the word like devotional, and then I'll link it to the exact week. I just do this on Sunday, y'all. I don't do a lot. I just do it on Sunday. I got a little white noise going on in the background. 9 times out of 10 is something about mindset, and I'm listening to that as I'm getting ready for the week. So that way I can jump into the week and I'm not having to worry about, doing this. Now, if I have more time, I'm in the process of getting into the habit of doing 2 weeks at a time. So my week is set, and normally I need to do that because I'm booking things at 2 weeks at a time. All right, so I use the other kind of checklist in there, drag and drop those over there, and I'll use that for like a to-do or reminders or something, whatever you use, right? And then also those blocks, that's what happens. Something like didn't videotape. And so those blocks are just by using your pen and drawing a square, press and hold, and it filling in the inside. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm lassoing this whole section. So once I have it the way I want to, I just lasso the whole section, and then I press down and hold, and the elements bar will pop up. And I'm going to save that as an element. So I'm going to save it either under weekly spreads or Pinktober or whatever it may be, right? So now I'm going back and doing my time blocking. So some people do time blocking just how I have it. I just used the pen, made a square, and it filled in the middle. Or some people literally just block out the time. And you can use those squares to do it. I used that one, and what it did is it distorted it, so I decided not to use it, but I just kind of want to show it. If you don't have to make it any larger than that, then it would work perfectly in that space. So if you're looking at like maybe an hour of block of time, perfect. But if you got to expand it even more, it is not going to look right. It'll distort the image for that image right there. And that is shown. So hopefully everybody got that part. And so what I ended up doing is using a solid block instead of using that one, because it just distorted it big time for sure. But you can get creative when it comes to time blocking, whatever works for you. And you could type in words. This one, I think it has, planning, something about planning or physical training classes. Okay. So that you can change the color so it'll stand out on top. And I think this was the one where I put dots. Okay, those dots didn't work, so I had to use solid dots. Or there's dots actually in the sticker set. Or just recycle what you got. I think what I did is I did recycle what I had. As I'm, flipping through. But I think I did end up recycling. But whatever works for you, honestly. But once you, if you have standing appointments, standing meetings, or a block of time that you always block out. Like I have blocks for an hour. I have blocks for an hour and a half. I have blocks for 2 hours as well. So this is what I ended up going with, and this is so much better. So I just took one of those rectangles that have that kind of rounded edges, and I'm going to put the training class, right? So notice it went to the back because of the layering. You just got to tap it and arrange, send the big block to the back. There's my text. And then here, I know from that time is blocked out. So as you can kind of see the different ways I did the time blocking. Now, as far as, and then I blocked out the time on the side. I put a couple of the checklist boxes over there, and it works. So you can put checklists, or you can just say that's just time blocked out, any information that you need to put in there, and then save it. So you might want to save that. I save that element so I can use it in my daily spread. Now, I don't use my daily spread for daily time because that's just like redundant. I mean, for me it is, but for some people it works, and that's why we kept it. I use it for my Pomodoros, meaning that I work for total focus, no interruptions. I'm not answering any phones. I'm not texting anybody back. Total focus for 25 minutes straight on that task. I'll take a 5-minute break. Then I do it again, 5-minute break. I do that consecutively 4 times. And then I take like a 45 minute break. I get more work done. And that's why I made a Pomodoro sticker. So when I block that time out, I know exactly what I'm doing when I start the first one. One of the things that I was in a time management course, and it was just talking about wealthy people, and wealthy people don't have to-do lists. Everything that they need to get done has a time. And so that's why, when I had the light bulb moment, I know it sounds really simple, but everything they do has a time. If you may actually like brain dump, but whatever you brain dump has a time and a place and a space. Okay. All right. So this is me using the daily. And what I'm doing here is I'm just like, I put that dot on there so I can kind of rotate it. So again, once I have it the way I want it, y'all, when I say I do this like clockwork, I lasso the whole thing, and then I save it into elements. If I have to move things around, like that exercise, like say, I know I need to exercise, but something is coming up and I can't get it done. So I move it. I just lasso it and move it, right? This is me doing that again with the exercise word. So if I need to move it around, and I'm using the duplicate feature, if I need to move it around, I'm just going to lasso it and move it around. That's the other thing I love about digital planning. I can't do that in a paper plan. I'd have to erase it, and that's hoping that I had a erasable pen. And if you're in your iCal, your Google Cal, of course you can move it around. But this is, for folks who, I'm a tactile person. I remember things because I wrote it down somewhere or have written it, right? And that's me moving it around. So again, I would save this as an element, so therefore I don't have to recreate that again. It's right there, like the meeting. Like I know I have meetings, so instead of me writing the word meeting again, I just take it out of the element, put it where it needs to be. And that's a time block right there, right? So I'm going to block out that time as well. And let's see what else we have here. Yeah, that's where I'm going to put my links at. So again, I have one for accountability, devotional, budget. I have a couple other accountability things because I want to be able to go right to the page right from my weekly spread. So it's almost like a dashboard. I like dashboards. Here, I'm just going to put in the date. So here you can, so notice that I had to make the lines, the pen tip a lot thinner. Here you could put those date dots and just drag and drop them. I would resize them, drag and drop them, go from there. And you could just add them there. You wouldn't have to do anything. But again, that's just like, it's more work. All right, so that is the weekly spread. We have everything in there that we need. I'm going to lasso all of this. I'm going to save it. So when I go to the next week, all I have to do is actually just add it to that page, position it, and then add that, to the page. So I'm not doing extra work because I have my standing meetings and appointments already set and on there. All I'm doing is adding anything extra. If I need to move things around, like the exercise or things like that, then I just move it around from there. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, again, planning should be simple. It should be purposeful. It should not be busy work. Everything that I'm doing here on the planner is syncing to my iPhone. So if I can't open up my iPad, it is syncing in real time, and vice versa. So if I'm in like a networking event and I need to add somebody to my calendar, and I'm just have my iPhone, I can type it in that section and it syncs. One of the things that is going to be standard in all the newer planners, so stay tuned for the 2025 planners. Got a lot of dope things coming out with that, is this the next 6 months, because a lot of people do plan ahead, and I totally forget that sometimes. So every planner is going to have an additional 6 months just to plan. Now, not an extra 6 months, but just an extra 6 months to plan. So dates, things that they need to remember. So it's all captured there for when they transfer it over. But make sure you go check out the One Dope Planner store, where you can get the new 2025 mid-year planners there, and the new Dope devotional and the budget. I mean, we're going into 2025. This is the time to start writing your goals, getting your budget together, of course, getting your spiritual life together too for self-development, so you're ahead of the curve, right? So thank you everybody for supporting, and thank y'all for joining today as we did the spread. It is in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is also my Cancerversary, which is pretty dope too. But like we always say, planning is dope, definitely, especially in October with the One Dope Planner. So make sure you get your One Dope Planner or your One Dope Planner elements today. And make sure you're wearing pink in October. It is pretty dope too.